Jakarta. Say the name and you might picture skyscrapers and the buzz of scooters, a modern megacity bursting with energy. But that's only half the story. Beneath the concrete and glass lies another Jakarta, a city with an ancient soul. Here, stories of forgotten kingdoms and powerful deities are etched into the ground beneath your feet. This isn't just a city of the future, it's a treasure chest of the past. I'll be your guide as we step away from the present and venture into sacred temples and grand museums. These aren't just old buildings, they're time capsules and storytellers, guardians of a heritage stretching back centuries. They reveal what it means to be Javanese, to be Indonesian, and how this vibrant city came to be. Our journey begins on the quiet plains outside Jakarta, where mysterious brick structures rise from the rice paddies, remnants of a powerful kingdom predating Jakarta itself. We'll explore their purpose, design, and the beliefs of those who worshipped within their walls. Then we'll return to the city's heart, walking through Jakarta's magnificent museums. Here, the story continues, told through gold, carvings, and priceless artifacts. These museums are vibrant hubs, curating the nation's narrative and connecting the distant past with the dynamic present. This is the story of Jakarta, a city of contrasts, and a story that must be told. Let's begin our adventure. Our detective work starts just outside Jakarta, in Batu Jaya, among lush rice fields hiding a remarkable secret. Ancient temples called. These aren't towering stone monuments, but humble red brick structures, the most significant being Candi Blandongan. Dating back to the 4th to 7th centuries, it connects us to the Tarumanagara Kingdom, one of Indonesia's earliest Hindu-Buddhist realms. The temple's simple circular stupa is a place for meditation and worship, reflecting a deep understanding of faith and cosmology. The choice of brick, made from local clay, shows resourcefulness and devotion. Building this temple was a communal act, a spiritual center for the community. Archaeologists have found votive tablets here, clay plaques inscribed with prayers, left as offerings for protection or enlightenment. Each tablet is a personal connection to someone who lived and worshipped here over a millennium ago. Candi Blandongan isn't just an architectural relic, it's a silent testament to the hopes and beliefs that shaped this land. Standing here, you can almost hear the echoes of ancient chants and footsteps. This site is a living link to a world where the sacred and everyday were one. Let's meet the people who built and preserved it. A temple is nothing without its people. 1,600 years ago, farmers, fishermen, and artisans united to build these temples, not just as laborers, but as participants in a sacred act. The clay for the bricks came from the same river that sustained their lives, binding the temple to their land and spirit. Their devotion is baked into every brick of Candi Blandongan. For centuries, these temples were lost, buried under soil and legend, until 1984, when local farmers rediscovered them while tilling their fields. Their knowledge of the land unlocked this archaeological treasure, making them guardians once more. Today, Batu Jaya's people work with archaeologists, guide visitors, and farm the land around the temples. They are living links between past and present, proud custodians of their heritage. Visiting Batu Jaya means meeting the descendants of those who built and protected these sacred sites. Their story is as vital as any king's. The community's connection to the land and its history is unbroken. Here, heritage is alive. Now let's return to Jakarta's heart to see how the story continues. Fast forward to modern Jakarta, Merdeka Square, home to the National Museum of Indonesia, known as the Elephant Building. Step inside, and the city's noise fades into a reverent hush. This is Indonesia's Memory Palace, preserving the history and culture of a vast archipelago. Founded in 1778, it's one of Southeast Asia's oldest museums, with collections spanning prehistory to the present. Walk its halls, and you'll see everything from the skull of Java Man to Batak textiles, each artifact a window into Indonesia's diversity. The old wing houses ethnographic and prehistoric treasures. The new Arca building displays stunning archaeological finds. Here, the story of kingdoms and empires comes alive through stone sculptures and gold artifacts. The museum weaves together the threads of Indonesia's spiritual and artistic evolution. It's a treasure trove, connecting ancient temples like Candi Blandongan to the nation's broader narrative. Every object tells a story of faith, creativity, and resilience. The museum is a bridge between past and present. Let's explore some of its most remarkable stories. Follow me into the treasure rooms. The National Museum is a collection of stories none more captivating than those in the treasure rooms. Here sits the Prajnaparamita of Java, a 13th century sculpture of the goddess of wisdom, called the Mona Lisa of Indonesia. Once exiled to the Netherlands, her return in 1978 became a symbol of national pride and cultural reclamation. She now sits in serene contemplation, embodying wisdom and the resilience of the Indonesian spirit. The treasure rooms also hold the Java Gold, a dazzling 10th century hoard of jewelry, ceremonial daggers, and statues. These objects, crafted for royal ceremonies, reveal the wealth and artistry of the Mataram Kingdom. But the museum isn't just about kings and gods. Its ethnographic collection tells the stories of ordinary people like the Tau figures from Tanah Toraja, wooden effigies watching over their descendants. Each Tau is a poignant reminder of a culture's beliefs about life, death, and ancestry. These artifacts are silent guardians, ensuring the memory of the past endures. The museum's stories are as diverse as Indonesia itself. Now let's turn to the sea, where Jakarta's fortunes were made. Next stop, the Bahari Museum. To understand Jakarta's heritage, we must look to the sea. The Bahari Museum, housed in a former Dutch East India Company warehouse, tells the story of Indonesia's maritime legacy. This was the epicenter of the global spice trade, where wealth, power, and conflict converged. The museum's collection features traditional boats from across the archipelago, each a masterpiece of naval skill. These vessels testify to Indonesia's seafaring prowess, long before European ships arrived. One exhibit focuses on the spice trade. Cloves, nutmeg, and mace, once worth more than gold, driving exploration and conquest. The museum doesn't shy from the dark side: monopoly, exploitation, and war. Outside, the old port of Sunda Kelapa still bustles with pinisi schooners and timeless scenes of maritime commerce. The Bahari Museum and the living port together show that Jakarta's maritime heritage is alive and vital. The sea's story is inseparable from the city's. Let's reflect on what ties all these places together. We've visited ancient temples and modern museums, seemingly different worlds, yet both are guardians of memory, preserving the past for the future. Temples anchor spiritual traditions, keeping faith and ritual alive through generations. Museums protect cultural and historical memory, weaving artifacts into a national story. Both ensure that heritage endures, one through ceremony, the other through curation. In Jakarta, you need both. The quiet contemplation of Candi Blandangan and the encyclopedic halls of the National Museum. They're not opposites, but partners in preservation. Together, they help a society understand itself. The temple offers spiritual connection, the museum, a broader historical perspective. Both are essential to Jakarta's identity. Now, why does this history matter today? Why does all this history matter in a city racing toward the future? Jakarta's heritage isn't a relic, it's a living force shaping identity and inspiring pride. Rediscoveries like Batu Jaya and the return of Prajnaparamita are proof of a rich pre-colonial legacy. For young Indonesians, learning this history connects them to creativity, faith, and resilience. These sites offer education, tourism, and new opportunities for local communities. Heritage transforms farmers into proud custodians, empowering them to share their story. Ancient temples and maritime traditions remind us of harmony with nature and sustainable living. In a city facing modern challenges, these sites offer perspective and lessons for the future. They're not just about where Jakarta has been, but where it might go. Now, it's your turn to step into this story. Our journey through Jakarta's past ends here, but yours can begin now. From the rice paddies of Batu Jaya to the grand halls of Merdeka Square, history is woven into daily life. Become a historical detective. Visit the Batu Jaya temples, walk among ancient bricks, and hear stories from local guides. Back in the city, lose yourself in the National Museum's collections. Stand before the Prajnaparamita, marvel at the Java Gold. Visit the Bahari Museum and watch pinisi schooners at Sunda Kelapa Port, a living scene of maritime tradition. This isn't just sightseeing, it's time travel. Jakarta's heritage is a gift of faith, art, trade, and resilience. By visiting, listening, and supporting preservation, you become part of this story. You become a guardian of memory. Step into history and discover a Jakarta far richer and more fascinating than you ever imagined. The past is alive, waiting for you to explore. Thank you for joining this journey. Until next time, keep seeking the stories beneath the surface.